Sufi Essence with Hammad Syed. The Journey of Dhikr. Part 3. The names of Allah and the mystical science of remembrance in the sacred ocean of Dhikr. Perhaps no dimension is more luminous, more intimately transformative than the remembrance of the divine names. In the Islamic tradition, Allah has revealed 99 names each, a facet of His infinite perfection, each a key to unlocking stations within the human soul. But to the people of the inner path, these names are not just to be memorized. But the scholars and saints of the inner path have always understood that memorization is only the beginning. The word used in Arabic is asaha, which can also mean to preserve, to embody, to internalize. Jamal names like Ar-Rahman, Al-Wadud, and Al-Karim melt the soul, fill it with tenderness and gratitude. Jalal names like Al-Qahar, Al-Jabbar, and Al-Mantakin shatter the ego, awaken awe, and demand submission. Kamal names like Al-Haq, Al-Hay, and Al-Qayyum elevate the spirit to the reality of divine presence. A balanced spiritual path must walk through all three: beauty, majesty, and perfection. Their lives were infused with remembrance, and their speech carried fragrance. When Rumi said, "The name of God is the tree, and the names are the fruits," he was teaching us that every fruit reveals a different taste of the tree. Too much Jamal without Jalal can lead to softness without discipline. The nafs may rebel, but the name's correct. The world may hurt, but the names heal. Invoke them in sadness and they comfort you. A seeker who remembers the names with sincerity for 40 days will feel their effect in the body, the heart, and even the dreams. Begin with just a few. Ya Rahman, Ya Nur, Ya Latif. Make them companions on your path. Remember, the names do not end at 99. The divine is infinite, and every moment is an opportunity to remember a different facet of His mercy and majesty. Invoke them in success, and they humble you. Invoke them in confusion, and they clarify you. When one becomes a servant of the names, they become a friend of the one who named them. Too much Jalal without Jamal can lead to fear without love. Thus, to know the names is to live them. The seeker is taught to invoke with presence, with humility, with intention. This is known to awaken the inner faculties and spiritual senses. Sufi masters warn that one must not treat the names as mere syllables. To call upon the name of the king is to stand in his presence, and presence demands sincerity, respect, and devotion. Before beginning Dhikr, the Sufi cleanses the body, sits in stillness, and invokes the name not just with the tongue, but with the heart. The Prophet Muhammad said, "Adorn yourselves with the characteristics of Allah." This does not mean we become divine. It means we reflect the divine attributes appropriate for human expression: mercy, patience, generosity, knowledge, truthfulness, justice. This is the meaning of Khuluq al-Azim, the magnificent character of the Prophet praised in the Quran. He was the walking manifestation of Allah's names. A powerful practice known as Dhikr, al-Qalbi remembrance by the heart, is done by synchronizing the name of Allah with the heartbeat. As the heart beats, the seeker silently says, "Allah, Allah, Allah." In time, the heart becomes soaked in remembrance. Even without words, the beat itself becomes Dhikr. A person who invokes Ya Halim must strive to become Halim, gentle in anger, patient in hardship. A person who remembers Ya Hadel must strive to act justly in all dealings. This is the way of the people of Isan, the people who worship Allah as though they see Him. They are to be lived, breathed, and invoked until their qualities descend upon the soul and transform it. If someone is struggling with fear and anxiety, the guide may prescribe Ya Salam to be repeated 100 or 1,000 times daily. If one is battling arrogance, Ya Khafid, Ya Mudhil may be assigned not to invoke harm, but to humble the self. In this way, the names become both mirror and medicine. The one who remembers with sincerity will be purified, because the names do not leave the heart untouched. For the Sufi, the divine names are a sacred science, one that reveals the architecture of the soul and the blueprint of the cosmos. The Quran says, "To Allah belong the most beautiful names, so call upon Him by them." This is not just a divine suggestion, it is a commandment, a map. Each name carries a specific energy, an attribute, a divine frequency that resonates with the soul. When we say Ya Rahman, we are not merely calling upon mercy, we are inviting it to enter our being. When we say Ya Qudus, we are cleansing the inner self. When we say Ya Latif, we are softening the ego's grip and allowing divine subtlety to enter the cracks of our brokenness. In the path of Sufism, spiritual guides may prescribe a word as specific litany consisting of names that suit the spiritual condition of the seeker. One of the great Sufi truths is that the divine names have levels. Some names reflect Jamal, others Jalal, and still others Kamal. The Sufi method of invoking the names is not mechanical repetition. Advanced seekers also engage in Siri Dhikrs, the secret remembrance where the divine names are invoked internally, often without even the movement of the tongue. One of the most inspiring dimensions of this path is when the divine names begin to manifest in the seeker's character. The Sufi saints such as Abdul Qadir, Al-Gilani, Imam Junaid, and Rumi wrote thousands of lines of poetry, reflections, and guidance centered around the divine names. To live by the names of Allah is to live a life of depth. The dunya may distract, but the names recall. Let us conclude with a reflection. Every name of Allah that we utter is not just sound, it is light.